Today, I wanted to talk about the beauty standards that society has put in place and how they inhibit personal expression. Lately, I found myself almost rebelling against how I'm expected to look, and I wanted to explore that deeper in today's video. If you're new here, hi, I'm Emma Dara. I'm 26 and I live in New York City. The natural starting point for me on this discussion is style and fashion. I feel like that's where my individuality really began. And I do want to start out by saying that growing up, I was never the one to get new brand name clothes whenever I wanted. We were a big TJ Maxx and hand-me-down family. This did not bother me. I was still able to dress like everyone else was dressing, just not maybe in the latest and greatest style. But fast forward to college, I was a broke college student in 2016, so naturally, almost my entire wardrobe was from Shein. And I know this is not something to brag about, but I did find Shein before it became more mainstream. That did help me feel a little bit unique compared to my friends, but I still very much fit in and catered to the male gaze and the societal expectations. I then realized the horrors of fast fashion and child labor, and I wanted to stop supporting Shein, but I was still a broke college kid, and that's when I found Goodwill. And my discovery of Goodwill and thrifting in general changed my fashion game. It forced me to look at the trends that I saw in the media and think, what about this do I like? Is it the color, the style, the pattern? And from there, I experimented with creating my own personal style. And I wouldn't be sharing my full experience if I didn't talk about how coming out and acknowledging myself being queer shaped this deeper exploration as well. Although there were probably earlier signs, I first said aloud in the fall of 2019 that I thought I was bisexual. I sat on this and let my theory confirm itself alone before I really told anyone else. This time frame also coincided with COVID, so I had a lot of time to myself to try different styles without fear of too many people seeing me. I remember I loved wearing rings because all the lesbians I saw on TikTok always had so many rings, and I felt like that was a way I could outwardly be out without everyone knowing. Same thing with cuffed jeans. At the time, that was a pretty gay thing to be doing. I lived with my parents in my hometown during COVID, so I didn't actually come out until the fall of 2021 after moving to New York City. New York was a fresh start for me and a place that I could present myself however I wanted, and the people I met wouldn't know if that was how I'd always been or not. 2 years after knowing myself that I was bi, or at least gay of sorts, I came out to my family and friends. This also happens to be when I got my first girlfriend, who later became my wife. I think I was so cognizant of the fact that this was new news to my family. I didn't want to make anything harder by changing my appearance too much. I wanted them to feel assured that I was still the same Emma they knew, that I still wear makeup and still do my hair. And then in time, my girlfriend and I got engaged, so then now there's this added pressure to look a certain way on the wedding day. Months of preparation to make sure that I look like the perfect version of Emma. I do love how I looked at my wedding, and I do think it really does capture the essence of who I am. But I do also feel that after the wedding was really when I was able to explore more with my look and thus explore and challenge the ideas of societal beauty standards. Also, a few months before the wedding, I started a new job. My new coworkers only knew me as a woman marrying a woman, never knowing my past dating history and accepting me for how I was presenting myself, which was very freeing and ultimately helped this exploration. All of this background brings us to the crux of today's video, my hair. After my wedding, I felt free to change up my hair as I was no longer growing it out so that I would fit better in a bun or look a certain way in photos. I started out by getting bangs. I've had bangs for about 7 months now, and it has really been interesting to see how people have reacted. I personally think they make me look more interesting, but I do also recognize that it is more of an acquired taste and that I am not as conventionally attractive, which according to the male gaze, which is the beauty standard of today. On the other end, I've also seen people subtly hint to me that they don't like my bangs. When I first got them cut, so many people asked, was this an impulse decision? They couldn't fathom that someone in their sane mind could do something so crazy, which literally is not that crazy. It's just hair, it's just bangs. But the funny thing is, I was the most mentally healthy that I had been in years when I made this decision. There are days still that I want my bangs out of my face, similar to how I'm wearing my hair right now, and so I clip them back or I pin them back, and always when I wear my hair like that, I get compliments saying that I look so pretty. So many data points being captured of the way society infiltrates our lives and convinces us that some outward presentations are better than others. Another hair-related thing I've been observing is my armpit hair. Over the winter, I stopped shaving my armpits, which is pretty standard considering no one sees them in the wintertime. But it's now April and I haven't shaved yet. I wear tank tops to yoga where my arms are up in the air, exposing my hairy armpits, and I'm here to tell the tale. I'm not here to push a feminist agenda on you and tell you to stop shaving your armpits. Or maybe I am, I don't know yet. And I'm not saying that I won't shave my armpits ever again. I'm just here presenting the data points I've captured while existing with my body hair that women usually remove. And I'm here to say that it's not less sanitary than shaving. I don't get any stinkier when my hair is long, and I don't get any sweatier. In fact, I actually feel that when my armpits are freshly shaven, that is when I sweat the most. Maybe because the hair acts as a barrier. I'm not certain that that's the science, but it seems to be most likely. And it's just also funny that when men have armpit hair, we don't bat an eye, and rather it would be odd for them not to have it. But when women have armpit hair, we are considered unhygienic and gross. And I know I'm not reinventing the wheel here. This is like feminism 101. I feel like I've gained insight by experiencing it and not just hearing about it. There have been a lot of ways that I found my personal style and how I want to present, and it has been super interesting to see how society reacts. I'm not purposely rebelling against the beauty standards, but then again, maybe subconsciously I am. I've said all of this and I've reflected heavily on this to get to the point of today's video. I'm getting a fucking bob.
What's your name, B.O.B., so they calling you Bob? Stop playing, nigga, you know that I'm known for the Bob. Couple hit songs, so you thinking you a heartthrob?
I got my bob. What do we think? I think she's so cute. I love that you can see the end of my hair above my shoulders. I think this is great. I think it's what I wanted and I'm so happy, and my hairdresser just crushes it every single time. So cute. I'm obsessed. I keep looking at the viewfinder. Did that show everything? Well, that's all she wrote. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you love the bob. I hope maybe you took something out of this and maybe something that you can apply to your own life. But again, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you so soon in my next video. Bye.